Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing SlavicPunk Oldtimer on the Series X, developed by Red Square Games and published by Gaming Factory. So what is SlavicPunk Oldtimer? SlavicPunk Oldtimer is an isometric twin-stick shooter video game based upon the works of Michał Gołkowski, a renowned Polish science fiction and fantasy book author. The premise is you take on the role of Janusz, a private investigator with a troubled past, trying to solve the case of stolen data whilst fighting his inner demons, urban gangs, and an omnipotent corporate responsible for the decay of the city he once used to call his own. The game boasts a modular weapon upgrade system, stealth, hacking and environmental puzzle solving within a city full to explore, which will involve side quests and storytelling. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there is no options available besides very basic tweaks. There is even no subtle options or controller mapping. There is, however, a UI scale option, which I would very well recommend using as its fullest to be able to read the text on the screen. So, should you have hearing, motor or visual issues, this may not be the game for you. Next up is gameplay. The game's opening sequence is itself a small tutorial and a good introduction to the character you'll be playing throughout the whole game. You play as Janusz, a more than gruffy, tired but still brutal private investigator who's given the job to find a friend called Rodent and why they didn't complete their job when asked. Straight from the beginning, you are thrown into this vicious cold world as you leave your office on some new information that will lead you through some urban gangs also hunting your target. Within this semi-open world hub, you will move from mission to mission, progressing the story forward. This is the area where the majority of your time will be moving from mission to mission, as well as upgrading your weapons, health and abilities. Health and stamina are one-hit purchases, so once brought, that will be it with no further tweaking. Weapon upgrades come in a variety of options, such as larger mags, silencers, double rounds and larger area effect damage. Bullet choices are fire, armor piercing or EMP bullets that each have 3 damage level upgrades. There's a nice amount of flexibility in how you combine things, though the more powerful upgrades do take up a larger amount of space. For me, I went straight into upgrading the shotgun with incendiary rounds, making Janusz a beast throughout the game. From the outset, you are also given 3 special abilities: dash, time slowdown and hack. Dash is what it says, a quick dash in any general location at the cost of stamina. Time slowdown, which also does what it says on the tin, is only available using an item, which you are restricted to having 3 needles of. And finally, hack, which unlike time slowdown, brings time to an almost halt. It is here you are able to hack enemies by selecting one of the 2 options available. By inputting a 3-button combo, you can choose to implement a damage or stun effect. Swapping from enemy to enemy is simple by highlighting the enemy and using RT to move. You will soon be switching between any NPCs quickly, either killing them outright or stunning them to allow you to get behind and do some serious damage. These are essential for turrets and bigger enemy types with shields or Gatling guns later on. There is also stealth here, in the form of crouching, which is ideal for sneaking up on lesser enemies, in which you will then use a knife to dispatch said victim. This was ideal for clearing out many of the early rooms and corridors when ammo was limited or you wanted a more sneaky approach. Thankfully, ammo drops is plentiful and finding more in crates around the levels are easy to spot, so you shouldn't be lacking for bullets or health packs. But don't be fooled, the enemy AI is not stupid and will use cover and frequently try to outflank you in a bid to do some serious damage. In the open world hub, you don't have to engage with enemies and can walk past them or even use the environment to pass them by undetected. Missions in general are pretty linear, with the odd occasion to hack computers or download data. The latter often then invokes a wave of enemies in a bid to move you from a zone in question, pausing said download. This can get pretty frenzied and will need you to use all your available abilities in a bid to outkill your enemies. In these missions, however, everyone is pretty much your enemy, save for the residents or staff. Many a shootout will happen with unsuspecting innocents running through gunfire, getting hit by a stray bullet. And on more than one occasion, police will come in and attack the enemy themselves. But don't be fooled, as you'll be next. It is fun to watch, however, seeing gang factions take on the police, with you sitting by waiting to take them all out. I really enjoyed the game, and whilst it's no on par, say, to the Ascent, it's more than enough to keep you entertained. Graphics is next. Visually, the game looks great in its winter cyberpunk future that oozes a more natural dystopian feel than some other cyberpunk games. The brutal neon glow from signs surrounded by concrete streets feels harsh, and its winter aesthetic makes it even more cold than what's on show. The high attention to detail for the environmental design really is beautiful in its own way, and creates a really tense atmosphere that showcases the police oppressive nature to the game's inhabitants. Being isometric, however, there isn't any way to zoom in, which would have been perfect to really showcase off its visuals. One thing I would do immediately is ramp the UI to its maximum, as the story in-game is told by comic panels with text by them. However, they are so small it was a nightmare to see what they were saying without increasing the UI. Whilst the hub itself is a stunning cold city to wander, the missions vary from high-tech offices, slums and power factories, each with more than enough to explore and use area to your advantage. Lighting is well done here, with broken signs illuminating dark corridors perfectly. Weapon designs is also nice and varied, with a revolver, assault rifle, shotgun, SMG and a heavy hitting railgun at your disposal by halfway through. Enemy design and attacking patterns are equally well done, and whilst enemy variations is a bit limited, there is enough to ensure that you need to keep on your toes from drones, turrets, heavy infantry wielding various destructive weaponry and general punks. There is no map for you to use, so you need to explore the areas and main hub completely to ensure you know where you are going. Overall, frame rate and stability was good in all of my gameplay, but I did see some tearing and the odd visual glitch here alongside some pop-ins. But overall, the game was smooth and a fun time to be had. Next up is sound. The game is only partially voiced and varies in when and where it appears. The one area I would expect there be voices is the cutscenes. However, these were told using comic style panels and text. This felt immersion breaking, especially when you was expecting to hear Yanis only speak a moment ago early in game. The voice actors do a great job conveying their characters regardless, and for me it felt like a missed opportunity to let them fully loose on the cutscenes.
Oh dang, I wonder how detailed this hologram is.
In terms of game sound effects, they are well done, from a variety of weapons and gadgets, all providing a meaty weightness, with bullets and firepower tearing NPCs apart.
Can't say I'm surprised.
The music is also on point, with its perfect blend of techno and rock that ramps up the tension perfectly during battles, but also in general, with each environment being catered to individually. Environmental noise again is also well done, with freezing winds, chatter from the NPCs and trudges through the snow, all showcasing off the brutal cold world in all its glory. My recommendation here would be a good quality soundbar to enjoy the experience of this unforgiving brutal world in amazing detail. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for SlavicPunk Oldtimer is a great purchase. The aesthetics of this game drew me to it, and the gameplay was enjoyable enough to not outstay its welcome. Being a bit shorter than most, this is perfect for parents with limited time to play on their hands. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £14.99, or approximately $18, and depending on your skill and patience would give you over well about 7.5 hours worth of gameplay. Once the story is complete, however, there isn't much to really re-engage you for another bout, apart from a higher difficulty and missing achievements. This is a great isometric shooter game, and a franchise I'd like to see the developers continue to proceed with. Short, sweet, and keep them wanting seems to be what the devs was going for, and in that, at least for me, they succeeded. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share, and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.